history optional is a very popular optional in UPSC Civil Services examination. If you have history optional, in that case, next few minutes are going to be very important for you. If you have taken history optional, in that case, there are certain things that you have to keep in mind. This particular session is going to be very important for those who are having history optional, but then it is more important for those who have been preparing history optional by their own without any guidance. The moment you have selected history optional, in that case there are certain questions that should be think of in the beginning of your preparation. What are these questions? The first question, that have you done the proper trend analysis of the questions which are being asked in past few years? The second important question, that have you noticed the transformation happening in the nature of the question? Because in past few years you can see that there is a sort of drastic change in the nature of the questions. The third important question is that have you done or identified the proper and the relevant sources from where the questions are being asked? And the fourth question, that is very important question, is about the changing trend in historiography, because the historiography which was there 10 or 5 years back, now there is a sort of change in that. Hi, this is Piyush Kumar, and in this particular series of lecture, we are going to discuss about all these topics, and it is specifically for those who have been trying to prepare history optional by their own. Because if you are not thinking of these questions, if you are not shaping your preparation in this particular way, in that case, you won't be able to score very good in this optional, though there is always possibility to score very good in history optional. So what we are going to do in this particular series of lectures, we are going to address all these questions what I had been discussing just now. We are going to start with the first trend analysis of the questions. And in fact, while reading the content, what are the things that you should focus upon? This is one important thing that we are going to discuss in the beginning. And we are going to do it in terms of ancient, medieval, modern and world. And after these sessions, we are going to discuss about the relevant sources. So what we are going to do in this series of lectures, that we are going to address all these questions what just now I had been discussing. The first thing we are going to do, that we are going to do the trend analysis of the questions which have been asked in the previous few years. And on the basis of the trend analysis, we have to identify that what are the kind of questions being asked these days, because there is a sort of drastic change as I had been discussing earlier. So first of all, we'll go for the micro analysis of all these syllabus and the question. The second thing what we are going to do, that I am going to discuss about the most relevant sources which are relevant these days. Because as I was telling you that the sources which used to be relevant 4 or 5 years back, unfortunately these sources are not very much relevant. And in fact, I must tell you that the sources which were relevant earlier, there were certain logics because of what these sources were relevant. But the way the things are changing, now those sources are somehow becoming irrelevant. At this point, I am not saying at all that the previous sources have become completely irrelevant, but yes, I can definitely say that for every topic, the whole book cannot be consulted. So what we should actually do, that we should try to identify the important sources, right, topic wise. So suppose there's one topic sources, so there are a couple of sources from where the sources must be covered. If it is about IVC, in that case there may be one or two sources from where IVC should be covered. So that's how I have identified all those important and the relevant sources. And what we are going to do, we are going to put all those relevant sources in a compiled format in one place in our website. So if you really wish to download them or you refer them, you can come to our website and we can refer all these sources. So you don't need to hunt for those sources. Rather, after the discussion of the book list or the relevant sources, we are going to put all these materials on our website, and from there you can definitely download it. So as I told you, first the trend analysis of the questions and the syllabus. The second thing, as I told you, that we are going to upload all those book lists, or let's say only the relevant part, on our website. The third important thing, we are going to discuss about basically the recent historiography. Because you all must be knowing about this nationalist, Marxist, subaltern and all. But then in past few years, history writing in India has gone through a sort of great transformation. And the way you can see that recently, some new kind of historiography has become more relevant, such as you can talk about anal school, we can talk about revisionist school, we can talk about neo-revisionist school. These are some relevant school these days, and in fact most of the questions are being covered from that particular aspect only. So I'm pretty sure that this series of lecture is going to be very important for you, and if you really want to prepare well, if you really want to score very good, if you really want to cross 300 marks in history optional, in that case keep on following us, because it is going to give you a sort of complete solution for everything. Either it is about understanding, or it is about sources, or about the right approach and historiography as well. So as I told you that it is definitely going to benefit you, so keep on following us for the series of lectures. Thank you very much.